Almighty God, who trains our hands for war and equips us with strength for the battle, honor us today with your presence as we honor and remember a great and courageous warrior who has joined the hallowed ranks of the brave few awarded the Medal of Honor. Today, we rededicate this ground in honor and memory of Sergeant First Class Jared C. Monti and ask that your blessings be showered upon this sacred ground and the warriors who stand to defend it. Lord, today is both an honoring occasion and a painful reminder for those who fought decisively and courageously during the events of 21 June 2006. May your arms of love and mercy continue to heal these men and the family and loved ones of Sergeant First Class Monti, who cannot be here today in person, but join us in spirit.
We honor his memory by continuing to fight for the same things he believed in: his soldiers, his family, his friends, and his country. The presentation of the Medal of Honor is a small token of recognition that the President will present in the name of Congress and the American people for Sergeant First Class Monti's actions in combat on the 21st of June 2006. The rededication of this small combat outpost in his honor is our way of saying thank you again. It recognizes Sergeant First Class Monti for the honor bestowed upon him by a grateful nation. But please remember him as a hero for every day he served his country and his men, and for how he lived his life. There can be no higher form of recognition bestowed on any of us than to be remembered as a person of honor, a selfless leader, devoted son, and a dedicated friend.
Good morning. I will never ask a soldier to go get me chow if I can get up and just get it myself. This is one of the first statements that Sergeant First Class Monti had made to me and the rest of the 371 FIST team in January of 2005. A statement that clearly sticks in my mind because it shows the type of person and the type of NCO that he was. In the weeks prior to him coming to 371, we had heard every kind of story about him from when he had served with Task Force Chosen. Everyone seemed to know him, and they all had something to say. One such story was that he loved to put his soldiers through demanding PT sessions. An hour into our first run with him, and looking at parts of Fort Drum that I didn't even know existed, that was one story that was definitely true. Another was that he was one of the best fire supporters in the entire 10th Mountain Division. Now, I don't know how you would gauge that statement, but to me, the soldiers that served under him, and anyone I've ever talked to about him, we have all agreed that Sergeant First Class Monti was the pinnacle of fire support. When he arrived at 371, he made an immediate and lasting impact on all of us. After meeting him, we all knew that we would become better because of him. He would determine when we had earned the title of Forward Observer. He raised us, molded us. He raised us and molded us and took us from nothing to leading us to a JRTC rotation where one of his soldiers would earn the Hero of the Battle Award, and then on to Brigade FIST certification where 371 FIST would take first place. Sergeant First Class Monti grew up in Raynham, Massachusetts, and he had that classic New England demeanor. I'm better than you, now just deal with it. That had trickled down to his team, and we were all soon walking around with that same proud swagger, having earned our titles as Forward Observers. He would then take his fisters to the mountains of the Konar province, where we would use what he had taught us and do what he had trained us to do, supporting the troopers in 371 Cav, and time and again proving our namesake, the King of Battle. On 21 June 2006, Sergeant First Class Monti and a small team of FOs and snipers were engaged in a fierce fight in the mountains near Gawrdash. Me and the other FOs had huddled around a radio and listened as those soldiers fought for their lives. We listened as Chaos 3-5 called round after round on a seemingly endless enemy. Cool and calm, not a hint of excitement or fear in his voice. When our buddies had returned, they gave the rest of the team the details of what had happened that night. Even though what we heard weighed heavily in our hearts, not a single person was surprised. Sergeant First Class Monti had not only devastated the enemy with an unreal mix of coolness and precision, but he had also made the ultimate sacrifice. He had given his life saving one of his own. The Medal of Honor that he is receiving is great recognition of his uncommon valor and courage, and his supreme sacrifice. It is also final confirmation of something that he had been to his soldiers all along, the hero. Not a day goes by that I don't think about him and thank him for everything that he did for me and our FIST team. It was truly an honor to call him chief and a blessing to call him a friend. Fisters lead the way. Thank you.
Monti was killed on 21 June 2006, and it is just a complete honor to be here during the time of the rededication, as the Silver Star originally awarded was upgraded to the Medal of Honor. Just to be in the right place at the right time, to be a witness, and to be living on the fob that is named after a Medal of Honor winner is just it's a complete experience and an honor in itself. To be associated with the fellow 10th Mountain Medal of Honor winner it makes me extremely proud to be part of not only this division, but this brigade. I believe he is the first Medal of Honor winner from the 371. So again, it's just a complete honor just to be serving on this fob and be proud to come home to Monti and tell people what cop are you at? Well, I was at Medal of Honor winner Cop Monti in Kunar province. He deserved the Medal of Honor, and he has now received it. And we're all extremely proud of him, and it's definitely a closing chapter for those who served with him. Well, we will have a sign. We'll have two signs that are dedicated to the memory and honor of the Medal of Honor for Monti. We'll place one at the main gate and one at the HLZ. So whether you're entering by vehicle or whether you're getting off a helicopter, you will know exactly what fob you're at and who it was named after, and the achievement, the great achievement of receiving the Medal of Honor.